0600. What does the O stand for? Oh my god, it's early.
RevelatorAlf.
Yes, those famous words by Adrian Cronner. Good morning, Vietnam. But in this case, it's good morning, England, the world. Yeah, I'm on my way to work. And do you know what? I've got another route here, which I seldom take because it takes me on the main motorways. And it kind of just goes, instead of going right out of my house, I go left, and it's exactly the same kind of distance, really. So I thought I'd come this way. I just want to see how busy the motorways are. Now, in the UK where I live, at this time of morning during the weekday, the motorways would be pretty full already. We're so close to London here, so I'm just intrigued to see how many cars are actually on the road at this time on the main arteries. But anyway, I thought at that, just going to go down to the next junction and then peer off, get on the back roads again, then head off into work. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed these series of ride-along videos. Like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell next to the subscribe button as well for all those future videos. So check out the website RevelatorAlf.com and leave your comments below and let us know what you're doing in the world and how you're being affected by this coronavirus. And I sincerely hope these ride-alongs are helping you along too. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly zip along here. Now, motorways for me aren't exactly the most entertaining, interesting of roads to ride, and I'm sure you would agree. They're great for getting point A to point B, you know, munching miles, but in terms of, you know, vistas, it's not exactly the greatest, are they? But maybe it's going to be a bit of a different experience today. Maybe, you know, because they're empty, or largely empty. It'd be more of a happier ride. We'll soon find out, won't we? Oh yeah, I can already tell. There's hardly any traffic on here. This is quite surreal. It is quite surreal. Yeah, it's like you're traveling in daylight but in the middle of the night kind of thing, you know. Anyway, I'm going to get up to the main of the next junction and I'll talk to you then. Right, catch you on that other side. Ta-da now. On a cold desert highway, I can't remember the words. Welcome to the Hotel Berkshire. I can't remember the words. Oh yeah. I sound like a lounge singer. Hello, hi, you're beautiful. Thank you, you're beautiful. Well, coming off the motorway now. That's what, nearly 15 minutes of my life that I won't get back. Oh, I had to cut the tape there, guys, because it was just boring. Especially in this stretch here, because we're doing some road works and they limited the top speed to 50 miles an hour. There's cameras everywhere checking your speed. And I've got to say, when this coronavirus first started here in the UK, I remember on the very first week of lockdown, I was riding to work, and I've got to say I was more than a little unimpressed with the police on that particular journey, because I saw a police van. Well, it was a speed camera van, but it's all linked, isn't it? On the side of the road, checking people's speeds, and I thought, crikey, you know, people, there's more important things surely in this world than checking people's speeds or speeding. You know, is that really an essential journey by those speed catchers? I don't know. Yeah, I suppose everybody's got their role to play. But interestingly, since that time, actually the police have had a bit of a game on their hands from people here in the UK, because of, look, quiet roads, you know, there's hardly anybody on it. Certain individuals have been trying to take full advantage of that and trying to open it up. their cars up. I think primarily it's been cars that have been doing it, but it might have been motorbikes as well, I don't know. But anyway, you know, people are driving at excessive speeds, so they've been trying to catch them and all that sort of stuff. In fact, many years ago, I don't live too far away from London, so those of you who don't know the UK, around London there's this big orbital motorway, big freeway that goes all the way around London, and it's called the M25. Anyway, so many years ago, what they used to do, and this is before every road or every motorway in the UK had speed cameras on it, and you know, can detect who you are and everything. They used to have races in the middle of the night, and they used to go all the way around, you know, London. And yeah, so, and apparently people have been doing something similar again. So no, I don't know if it's around the M25, but they've been holding, you know, races on high-speed driving throughout the middle of the night. So, you know, the police have been trying to catch them, you know. Oh, what a beautiful sunrise, by the way. Totally distracted there, but beautiful, beautiful. Right, I'm on my way to work then. As I say, come off the motorway. So this is why this route I don't usually take, although this stretch of road is fantastic. So if you don't want to hear my voice, just turn down the volume, put on some music, and away you go. But I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But the first stretch, I say, is just monotony, you know, sat on the motorway, especially in that you know, reduced speed. But it's interesting thing, isn't it? They're not working on the motorways right now, because I don't know whether that's classed as essential working or not. Certainly didn't seem to be anybody working on those roads, and they still got the speed restriction on there, but there's hardly any traffic on the road. So you got to beg the question, well, why have you still got the speed restriction on? I know there's arguments for and against and all that sort of stuff, but it kind of, whilst I don't condone people speeding, going over these speed limits, I kind of do understand why people are doing it, in the sense that, well, it's just an open road, you know, I'm just going to speed along a little bit. So anyway, don't speed, it's not big and clever. Anyway, right, so I wanted to take this other opportunity as I'm riding into work on my heroic Harley to answer a few of your questions, or a few of your comments, I should say, not your questions, that have been emailed to me. I'll do that separately, but comments really about the Harley, or about the Sport Glide in particular, I should say. Now, so I do read the comments, honestly, I do read all the comments, and I try to respond as many as I can. But anyway, so one of the first ones that came in the other day, actually, from memory, I'm sorry, I don't remember anybody's names, I'm just remembering the comments. And one of the comments was, do the saddlebags on my bike, do they rattle? Do they, you know, move around a lot when you're riding? Well, on mine they don't. They're absolutely fine. But if you've got excessive rattle on your saddlebags, then there's a couple of things you need to check. You need to check the strut from the saddlebag to the holding pin at the bottom. Make sure that's located properly, and also make sure that the rubber rim on the bobbin is there. Make sure it's slotted on there properly, because if that bar is bent in any way and it's not seated properly, then you're going to get sort of flapping around of the bag. So make sure that's in there. The other one is where the bag actually hooks onto the pegs, onto the bobbins of the on the bike. The hooks of the bag, they should have a plastic sleeve, like a horseshoe sleeve in there, that slots onto the bobbin, onto the, you know, the protruding bits there. Make sure that that they are there, they're not missing, or they're not excessively worn. If they're worn or missing, that will be creating the wear. So you've got to be really mindful of that. And also that could be a reason why some of these bags have fallen off, because either through excessive wear of those bushings, if you like, all those spacers or whatever, or there's some kind of bending in the strut as well, so just be aware of that. Right, so that was one question, so hopefully that's answered that. The other question was, do you consider the Sport Glide to be a bagger? Now personally I don't, but I suppose it got me thinking, actually, what do you classify as a bagger? A bagger for me, I suppose, is one of the bikes a little bit bigger, more of a touring bike, but I know that's not exactly right, but I suppose that's the way I perceive them. But a bagger, really, I suppose, is a bike with just boxes on it, with bags on it that are permanently mounted. So yeah, I still don't think this is a bagger, or even a mini bagger. Well, maybe it's a mini bagger, I don't know, because the bags are not permanently mounted. It's not as if they are there the whole time. You could take them off and just run the bike naked, and it's still, the bike wouldn't look out of place. That's the beauty of the Sport Glide. You know, its versatility in how you can, you know, ride it, you know, either naked with the bag, without the bags, or with the bags, you know, with the fairing, without the fairing. So, you know, it's an interesting one, isn't it? There we go. I just get some air in my visor. I got a steamed up visor this morning. Oh, look at those Lamborghinis. Oh, Aston Martins. Very nice. Right, what was I saying? Yeah, so what do I consider it as a... I don't know, I don't think it is a bagger, or even a mini bagger. I think it's just, the Sport Gliding is in its own class, I suppose. It's somewhere in between, isn't it? It's not your tourer, but it is a capable tourer. It's not a bagger, but it has bags. But it's not a naked either. It's not, you know, but it can be. It's just, as I say, that's why I think, I love it so much. It's one of those versatile bikes, and I do like versatile bikes. So yeah, okay, in my opinion, it's not a bagger at all, but I understand why people would call it a kind of mini bagger. I understand that. So there you go. I hope that answers the other question. Right, the other question was about the bags again. Lots of bag questions coming through recently. Is it could you fit a helmet inside, like a full face helmet or whatever? Right, so yeah, this is quite an easy one to say. You can't fit a full face helmet in the bags. They just won't fit. Now, could you fit an open face helmet? Well, it really depends on the size and what style you get. So some you might be able to just squeeze in. If you get the smaller type, or if you get the you know, the scalp dome type that are popular in more so in the United States, for example, those would fit. But normal helmets won't fit, I'm afraid. Yeah, so there's just isn't the room in there. Now, I suppose people say, can you change the bags for different types of bags? I'm sure you could get custom bags to fit on this, different types, no doubt. But on the stock configuration, the stock bags, no, you're not going to be able to get a big helmet in there. So you're either going to have to carry a chain in the bag, and then lock your bag, lock your helmet to the bike if it's a full face helmet, some kind of tethering, or get you can buy bike locks, or helmet locks I should say, which you can secure to the frame, and then lock your helmet to the frame afterwards. I don't particularly like the look of those on a naked bike, but you know, they are definitely worth it if you really want that. I prefer to carry a chain or a security cable, and then just have the you know, have the bike, have the helmet and bike locked together with a chain. But that's just me. But you know, there are options out there. Anyway, the other thing, one of the other questions was, oh yes, what alternatives are there for tyres? Now I've made quite for the sport ride this is, and I've made lots of videos about tyres and tyre specifications, and a lot of that is on the website. Just go to the Harley Parley page, RevelatorAlf.com/Harley Parley. So there's lots of options out there. I think I suppose the easiest thing to say would be you just got to shop around. Yes, there are alternatives to the stock tyres, the Harley Davidson you know, Scorcher tyres by Michelin, as we have here in the UK. You know, you can get Dunlops, you can get Avon tyres here in the UK. You just got to find the right size tyre, you know, whether they fit. Now, not all soft tail tyres are the same. Not all soft tail tyres are the same sort of size. So if you're looking at a comparison of tyres, then obviously you need to know which tyre you need and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, bear that in mind, guys. But yeah, there are lots of alternatives, and different tyres have different qualities, I suppose, and different wear patterns and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Right, this is a great road round here. There's a couple of lovely tracks coming up here, lovely sort of back roads as well. Beautiful. Have a great morning. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, so I say I was sort of enjoying the ride here, so I was enjoying having a chat with you guys. I hope you're all well as well. You know, keep yourselves safe and everything. It's an interesting world we're living in as right now. I just heard on the news this morning that a couple of countries are considering relaxing their quarantine lockdown, maybe easing it a little bit to help get the country, the economy going again. We're still on full sort of lockdown here. Or the system hasn't changed. I'm sure it will within a few weeks, of course. But you know, it's systems normal, our new normal. Isn't it weird that we're talking about being normal now in this new world order, as it were? It's just I still, you know, we've been at this for about a few weeks. I still find this very surreal, I've got to say. Very surreal indeed. It's just open that up there. It's just odd, isn't it? You know, but as I said in previous videos, I think it's just if there is a benefit, if there's a small benefit to this, or a positive, I should say, not a benefit, that's the wrong word, a positive, it's enabled us to take stock of what's important and what isn't. Well, hopefully anyway, you know, almost take a breather, pause for a moment, you know, and just take a breather. Right, this here is a place called Goring. So those of you who don't know, Goring here, this is where George Michael, the singer, lived, and unfortunately passed away a few 2 or 3 years ago. You know, Faith and Careless Whisper and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there we go. Now, am I going this way? Yes, I've got to go this way. Right, now this is a cool road coming up here. It opens up into the countryside, and it's only a short stretch, but it goes left and right, and it goes up and over brows, and you're kind of on top of the fields. You'll see what I mean in a minute. He says as he starts to wonder if she got the right road or not. Oh, here we go. Not too far away from my work now. Beautiful sunrise, lovely. Oh, through the trees, a few twisties. Oh, come on, lovely. Just the small things, isn't it, in this world? There we go, over the top. Woohoo! And down again. round the bend. Ah, lovely. Oh, just look at that. Amazing, amazing. As I say, it's the simple pleasures, isn't it? The simplicity of life. That's what we've got to be rejoicing. Not, you know, not worrying about the things that just don't mean anything, really. Anyway, maybe I'll stop sounding like a hippie. I know, I sound like a hippie. And those of you of a certain age will know what hippies are, and those of you who don't, well, if you're too young to that, you won't know what they are. But there we go. Anyway. Oh, beautiful. A few ups and downs here. Very nice. Oh, beautiful. Look at this, open road. The thing is, you could open it up a little bit, but it's just nice just to take it at a steady pace, and oh, just beautiful. Bank it in. Oh, look at that beauty.